皆様、この後午前11時よりいよいよ東京大会準々決勝が始まります。まず11時からはトマス杯中国対イングランド、ユーバー杯中国対シンガポール、香港チャイナ対ドイツが行われます。今大会新ルールの21点ラリーコート制の導入など大変注目されている点が多いんです。どうぞ皆様迫力あるプレーにご期待ください。また改めまして皆様にお願いいたします。バドミントンの人気の高いインドネシアやマレーシアなどでは日本のバドミントンファンからは考えられないような熱く激しい声援を送ります。ぜひご観戦の皆様も素晴らしいプレーには盛大な拍手をお送りください。そしてせっかくの地元日本開催のトマス杯ユーバー杯です。日本チームの大きな後押しをする力となるよう皆様の熱く強く盛大な声援をどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。みんなでチームジャパンを盛り上げてください。それではもう間もなく試合開始となります。
Some great sights of Tokyo, and welcome to the Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium for the quarterfinals of the Thomas Uber Cup 2006. 12 nations become 8, and we're getting to the exciting stage of the Premier Teams event in World Badminton. First up in the quarterfinals we have China playing England. Of course, China, the defending Thomas Cup champions. England have done a very, very good job to make it to this stage. Good crowd in for the first of the quarterfinals. Lin Dan, the world's #1, plays Andrew Smith, followed by Jia Yun and Fu Haifeng against Christian Roback and Ian Palthorpe, the first of the doubles. And then Bao Chenlai and Nicholas Kidd play in the second singles. And there's the draw. How's it got to the quarterfinal stage? See Malaysia, Denmark, India, or Indonesia, I should say, and China have got there through automatic qualification and finishing top of their preliminary group. With me in commentary is Charmaine Reid. Charmaine, Canadian national champion, Olympian. Welcome, Charmaine. It's an exciting moment to be here at the quarterfinal stage.
Oh yes, it is. They've had great matches all week, and the crowd is filling up the stadium. It looks great. Should have excellent games today.
Capacity crowd here of 10,000 in the stadium. That's a minimum requirement for the Thomas Uber Cup. You see the fans have been lining up. They've come from all points of the globe as well. A few ring-ins there for the Danes, I think, or England fans. And the Japanese will support their charges as well. We've got the big guns playing for the premier prize in teams competition. Lin Dan was part of the Chinese team that won this event a couple of years ago in Indonesia, where they beat Denmark in the final. So great atmosphere in the stadium. A big moment for England. Young English combination playing the premier nation in World Badminton China. Teams being presented for both the Thomas and Uber Cups. There's the Chinese men. Thomas Cup first contested in 1948, named after the former IBF chairman, Sir George Thomas of the United Kingdom. There's Thomas Cup won by Malay from Malaysia in 1948. Indonesia, the most decorated country, they've won the Thomas Cup on 13 occasions. So it is the Davis Cup of badminton. And England, the young English team, there's Nicholas Kidd. They'll be soaking up the atmosphere, Charmaine. It's a great moment for them.
It is. Team events are always so much fun to play. You have the country behind you. You're not just playing for yourself, but you're also playing for your country. It's a fantastic feeling.
Well, we consider the English have Clark, Hallam, Gafford and Robinson all out. Nathan Robinson mainly plays mixed doubles now. That's a big hole in any lineup. Tremendous job to make the quarterfinals. And then the women's Kellogg, Emerson, Miller-Chip all out through injury, and Melissa having a baby recently. He was supposed to get kicked in the hotel last night, and he was pretty excited about the prospects. He's up against Darmstrong Line in the second of the singles matches.
Yeah, so very excited to make the quarterfinals here, and should be a great experience for them.
ありがとうございました。それでは間もなく試合スタートとなります。
Chinese have been in very good spirits. They've yet to drop a game in the preliminaries. They got their number 5 love sweep in the first match against India, and then they disposed of Germany in similar circumstance. The only hiccup really has been Lin Dan dropping a game in that opening match against Chetan Anand of India. He's got a world ranking of pretty healthy world ranking of 23, so it's no mean feat to stretch the world number 1 to 3 games. Well, it's a big thrill for the players to be presented to an enthusiastic crowd. The Chinese would be well adverse to playing in front of huge crowds and passionate support in their home country. It's been a cluttered schedule. England have had to play the All England Championships, the Europeans as well as the Commonwealth Games, so certainly been a real test to their fitness and desire to play at this level.
Yes, long Commonwealth Games, they came away with the team event with a silver medal.
Fans from all over the point of Asia, the Asian region. Badminton's such a big sport, but the first time ever it's going live into Denmark. Thomas Uber Cup. Those flappers will make a lot of noise in the next few days here in Tokyo. Fans were lining up outside the stadium for tickets at around about 9 a.m. local time. So it's great to see some support. Of course, badminton a growing sport in Japan. It's certainly not the premier sport by any means.
So they have a great Korean, a former Korean player, Kim Dong-moon, is, Jobon Park. Really like the way he trains, and the team is really doing well.
He's the head coach of Japan. And consider that Indonesia, Malaysia and China are the only 3 nations who have won the Thomas Cup. Certainly has been a rare prize for the other nations. Denmark have made the final on 7 occasions. They've fallen on each occasion. Most recently China in 2004. And in the Uber Cup, China lead the way with 9 victories, Japan 5, the United States 3, that came early, and Indonesia 3. And the Uber Cup, named after the legendary player in the 30s, was Betty Uber of the United Kingdom. 1956, the first time the Uber Cup was contested and won by the United States. It's very prestigious for any player to be selected for their country. The last 8 nations in the Thomas Cup: China, England, Indonesia, Japan, India, Denmark, Korea and Malaysia. The Uber Cup, China, Singapore. Hong Kong, Germany. Korea, Chinese Taipei, and the Netherlands and Japan. You see, it's a magnificent stadium. Really state-of-the-art, the Tokyo Gymnasium. The air conditioning can play a part too. Sometimes when it's going a certain way, the shuttle can move in a very subtle way, Charmaine. So we'll try to pick that up as the tournament goes on.
I talked to a few of the players. They feel really comfortable playing here, actually. They said there's not much of a drift, and they really liked what they were when they were practicing yesterday.
The Japanese women still alive in the Uber Cup and in the Thomas Cup. So great for home fans. They can really get into the spirit of the occasion. Indonesia play Japan in the quarterfinals of the Thomas Cup. That's going to be very tough. The most successful nation in Thomas Cup history against the host nation. And of course, Japan playing the Netherlands in the quarterfinals of the Uber Cup. So that's a winnable affair for Japan in the Uber Cup, you would think.
Absolutely. They're trying for a medal here. Netherlands will be difficult to beat. Miodina, silver medalist at the 2004 Olympic Games. Be a tough one for Japan to beat, but home crowd and a great chance.
Traditionally, Japanese players do very well in front of home crowds. They love the atmosphere. Certainly don't appear to be worried by the pressure of expectation in their home nation, which is a good thing. Chinese women have been absolutely dominant in the Uber Cup, winning the trophy on 9 occasions, defending champions in both the Thomas and Uber Cup. China. Heading the world rankings. He's the first player out, Lin Dan. His opponent, and it's a daunting prospect, Andrew Smith, only 21 years of age. There he is. Talk about being placed in the frying pan first up. But it's a great experience. It's the only way that players like Andrew Smith can improve their badminton, to be up against the world's best. And you ask the likes of the Indian players and the English, that's what they want to do. They want to get to this stage where they can test themselves against the world's best.
Yeah, you always have to be playing better players to improve. Andrew's keen on trying everything today, and hopefully he can stick in it, and you never know.
England beat the United States 3-2 to get to this point in the first round of the preliminary stage. They lost 5-love to Malaysia. That was a wake-up call. There's the world ranking of Lin Dan. 22 years of age. He's one of the real stars on the world circuit in the last couple of years. Won the All England Championship in January. Beat Kyung Il of Korea in the final. There's his opponent, Andrew Smith. World ranking as high as 21 in the world. Won the Australian Open Championship in 2006. Went down to Australia to gain experience before Commonwealth Games. So world ranking now at 33. From Hampshire, very close to London. Got a very professional setup, the English team. There's the officials, the umpire, Gregory Velikot of Australia. The service judge, Cholit Magat of Indonesia. Officials would be going through their own set of nerves because this is the big stage for any team competition. Lindan was surprisingly beaten the semi-finals of the China Masters at Chengdu, Sichuan province in southern China. Beaten by Peter Gator, top Danish player.
That was a great game. It was 21-18, 19-21, 21-19 for Peter Gator. Can't be much closer than that.
続いて第4コートユーバー杯香港チャイナ対ドイ
Gator
ツ
went on to
第1
lose
試
to
合
the
の
world
選手
junior
を紹
champion
介します
Chen Jin in the final.
ワンチェン
That was a
香
surprise
港
loss.
チ
So
ャイナ
it was a surprise to beat Lindan in the semis, and then he was expected to win the final against the
この試
youngster.
合の審判はマーシャル・シャーマンオランダサービスジャッジは今井正夫日本です
Well, he's one of the sweet movers in world badminton. Lindan
quarterfinals at court
players
4
box.
between Hong Kong, China
Through for the
and
Chinese team.
Germany. Wang Chen of Hong Kong, China and Xu Huaiwen
The next match
of
against
Germany.
Roebuck and Palathorpe.
The
So
umpire is Marcel
first singles, then the first
Schaumann of the
doubles, followed by
Netherlands.
Bao
And the
Chunmai,
service
Nicholas Kitt
judge
in the
is
third
Masao Imai of
the matches,
Japan.
and the second of the men's singles. And Wright, the coach for England. He's been frustrated, I think, by the heavy schedule that he's had to put his players through, but I think he'd be very, very happy to England have made this stage, because the women didn't make the final eight, but you'll take out Clark Helen before he's their top singles player, and Robinson, who could have been called to play men's doubles, no question, and that's going to leave a hole in many combinations.
Yes, they've actually really done well to make the quarterfinals with such a young team. They
Ladies
should
and
be proud of
gentlemen,
themselves
on
here.
my right, China, represented by Lindan. And on my left, England, represented by Andrew Smith. China to serve, love all, play.
First point from Lindan, of course, 21-point games, best of 21.
Service over.
Change in the scoring system too, Charmaine. It's rally points, so whichever side wins the rally scores the point.
Every point is very, very exciting. Every point counts now, so you always have to be on your toes, ready to play.
Too much angle, but
Service
right idea
over.
from
2-1.
Andrew Smith, who's just showing a few signs of nerves. Lindan, such a smooth mover. You'll see them change the shuttle so many times, made up of 16 goose feathers, and the feathers become quite ruffled after the punishment the shuttle takes at this level. Just wondering where those old shuttles go, maybe to the practice court.
2-1.
Yes.
Service over, 2-all.
Wide, so Andrew Smith holding his own against Lindan in the early stages.
Great shot from Lindan. One of his weapons is a powerful smash.
Service over, 3-2.
Well, he's just looking at the call. It was overruled by the chair. Initially, it was a late call by the
No,
lines
the call,
person.
he called the wrong line, Andrew. It was clearly okay.
Yeah, it's good overrule from umpire Greg Vellacott of Australia.
Oh,
Great smash by Andrew Reid back
service
at Lindan.
over, 3-all.
That's what he's got to do, Charmaine. Just take some calculated risks. Put pressure on the world's number one. He doesn't look overawed. He's leveled things up in the first game, 3-all.
Service over, 4-3. Service over,
Japan Open
4-all.
2004. Lin Dan in straight games. The only time I can't remember the English singles team has had a top Chinese player.
Service over, 5-4.
And this is where it's a bit different because Lin Dan's just stalking around the court. The scoring system means that this drops concentration. Andrew Smith can get some points strung together. And the pressure's back on the favoured player.
6-4.
Smith had taken, didn't go over for Smith that time.
Every inch of the court fell the wrong way for Lin Dan. The open court too, down the line with a smash.
Power and the speed, yes. I think if it went over, he would have had Smith, but didn't happen, and Smith got a point.
High tempo in this first singles match.
There's the English women's team supporting Smith.
21 years of age,
Play.
taking the deep breaths, and he's in contention in this first game.
Six all.
Just rolling with the Englishman.
Six all.
Great smash by
Play.
Smith. You see him getting up very quick. He's playing really fast right now.
7-6.
And another mistake from Lin Dan. It's kind of unusual. It just feels like he's just starting to get into his rhythm. He usually starts a bit slow in the matches. With this new scoring system, you have to start really fast right off the bat.
That's where he's so good. His athleticism is just brilliant. Set up the point with this smash here.
7 all.
Yes, he smashes and then leads up with the net kill. He is so quick. He makes it look so easy, but his speed is unbelievable.
It's like a cat on the court, Lin Dan. It's wide.
8-7.
Couple of mistakes off the racket of Smith, and then takes the slight advantage. 8-7.
Service over. 8 all.
Sometimes he just gained the advantage off the tape. Smith
Service over. 8 all.
then felt that the racket may have touched the net of the Englishman. Oh, he's across there stalking the umpire, but doesn't say anything. Lets it go. 8 all.
Service over.
Well, he didn't seemingly
9-8.
be out of a rally, and just his athleticism can pull him back into the point.
Yes, you see the height he gets on that smash and the angle. Fantastic.
Service over. 9 all.
With the shuttle inside the line, 9 all. It's a more rapidly moving game with the rally point system.
Oh. 10-9.
Pretty warm in the stadium, so the players will sweat profusely to replenish the lost fluids.
Oh, what a great shot by Lin Dan.
And all.
He went into the net, a little bit of a fake, and then pushed to the back corner.
What's called anticipating the serve.
It is.
11-10 interval.
Break now at the first player to 11. World number one leading, but only narrowly in the first game. So the points were scored in the opening 21 points of the first game, this quarter-final. Coaches can now play their part of the breaks, which I think is a positive thing for badminton. Hasn't quite leaked into some other sports, other racket sports like tennis, but just adds to a little bit of drama, doesn't it?
11-10.
Yes, it does, and then they can talk about the game, what to do. Get refocused a lot of the time. The coach can help out.
Service over, 11 all.
Well, every time Lin Dan has just threatened to push ahead, a couple of unforced errors have creeped in, and
Service
Smith has
over,
had the answer.
World 11.
This is where is the go zone for players like Lin Dan midway through a game. Experience and class can sometimes filter it. It's wide. I say sometimes, probably more times than not. That's exactly why they're so highly ranked. In the China Masters, he was pushed to 3 games in the first couple of rounds at All England, so he hasn't been his usual dominant, chest puffed out self, has he, this year?
A lot of the time he'll start off the first game a little bit slow, pick it up usually. Yes, he's pushed a lot of 3-gamers, but usually he wins the 3-gamers.
Wide, across to the umpire.
Certainly after the Olympics in 2004, he lost first round. After that, he had a lot of great wins. Japan Open, Hong Kong, and then All Englands. So he had something to prove from the Olympics.
See there another anticipation of the return of serve into the shuttle. There's some great results. The top tier events, I suppose, he's looking now
Andrew, play.
to reflect that at World Championship level. And I think that more importantly, at Olympic level of Beijing too, just to mention how much pressure he'll carry if he remains world number one leading up to Beijing. 14 all, first game. Tremendous anticipation. Didn't quite get the subtlety he wanted Smith off the drop there, just there. A little bit too much height. We're talking about millimetres in that.
So quick to the net. Unbelievable angle. See him reach up, jump up, and smash the shuttle. He gets in the speed. Well left.
Service over, 15-16.
Of course, the serve has to be struck below the waist in badminton, and that's why you'll have the service judge there. Oh, that's a good start. And again, calculated risk from Smith. He has to do that. Shorten the rallies. If he gets into a long exchange with Lin Dan, the Chinese players' fitness and guile will more times than not win out. 16 all. He's forced him into error.
17-16.
Smart play.
Very good. Andrew Smith is playing on his game today, and that's what he has to do to beat Lin Dan.
Wide. Trying for a little bit too much with a smash.
18,
And the door is ajar.
16.
For the world's 33rd ranked player, Andrew Smith, has a real chance to take a game off the world number one. That's from this angle. Across the shoulder.
16.
He's strung 3 excellent points together. Remember, he's not the British champion, English champion. That's Nicholas Kidd. But he's been elevated to the number one singles player. And now he's on the verge of taking a game, the world's top player.
Service over. 17-19.
It's an easy put away at this level in elite badminton, just almost a
I
margin of
don't
error.
want you to be walking too much around the court. Make it more direct.
So Andrew Smith has been sworn for delaying tactics. He's got
Service
game
fault
point.
call.
And
Service
service
over.
fault at a crucial moment.
18-20.
He's just got to keep his composure here. I think he was just rattled by the umpire asking him to continue the rallies in between the rallies quicker, and he's won the first game, and he's really pumped up. 21-18 for the Englishman. Lin Dan has some catch-up work to do in the opening singles match. Quarter-final day here at the Thomas Cup in Tokyo.
I'm not sure where they are, Molly.
How about that? 21-18.
Yeah.
Lin Dan
Mistakes and you're hitting
2 or 3 times threatened to pull away with that first game, and that was impressive stuff for the youngster. Thanks, Andrew Smith.
He's playing well. He's attacking very well. He's taking a few chances, which he needs to do if he's going to beat Lin Dan. Great stuff by Smith.
Okay, now.
Oh, he is the underdog going into it, and sometimes you're a little bit more relaxed. Lin Dan has a little bit more pressure. Get to play a little bit more relaxed. Your shots go over sometimes a bit better.
Thanks,
Oh, and a great match point smash cross court to win the game.
Smith takes in some sustenance. Lin Dan refocuses. He's no stranger to coming back from a game down. Very, very composed individual. Andrew Smith knows he's in with a fighting chance in the scoring system and the way he's worked out the world number one. Tried to shorten the rallies. I think if they pulled up a stat with long rallies in the first game, you would find that Smith wasn't the winner
Second game.
on too many occasions when he
Love
shortened
all.
the rallies.
Play.
Different story.
Service over. 1-love. Andrew, please don't muck around on the court. Please go straight to the position.
He's been warned again. With time delay tactics, Andrew Smith.
2 love.
He's not dawdling too much. The umpire's being a little bit harsh there.
Service over. 1-2.
Great shot by Andrew. Lin Dan thought he was going to play a net shot, came in a little bit too much, and then Andrew just pushed it over his head.
If you look at Andrew Smith's record,
Service over. 3-1.
he beat Raju Ryan the first match of his singles campaign against the United States. Pulled out.
4-1.
And then he was beaten by Wang Chung Han, the top Malaysian player, for getting over the top of Chris Bedman of South Africa.
5-1.
So 2 wins and a loss in his singles campaign so far. Not a bad record, considering the top English players are out with injury.
Well, he did step up.
Service
He was playing
over,
fantastic.
2-5.
Well, Lin Dun's in the go zone. I think there's a bit of
Service
anger in his play earlier in the
over,
second game.
2.
A little bit of slice, but a lot of power as well.
A lot of power. Andrew Smith, you're almost guessing sometimes when Lin Dan goes up so quickly to the shot, you can't tell which way he's going to hit. And then at the last second, he hits straight in it. And Andrew, it's so difficult to guess.
Service over, 3-6.
Andrew Smith in this situation, Charmaine. You do win the first game, you're in contention of the second. You try to just maintain aggression in your attitude, in your mindset.
I think that's what he'll have to do.
Service
but still
over,
keep his cool.
7-3.
Don't make too many unforced errors. Don't get too uptight. If you can keep relaxed, I think he'll do well.
Hey, 3.
3 or 4 unforced errors in this game for an Englishman. The judgment shown by Lin Dan.
Service over, 4-8. Let.
Dan not ready to receive the serve, and the umpire calling let. That's why we see the players
Service
mix up
over,
between
9-4.
lifting the serve deep and that short serve. What is the preferred tactic in men's singles play?
Especially men's singles, they're serving a lot of short serves these days, just so they don't start on defense. So if you're serving long deep to the back, you're already on defense. So you'll see more of the men trying to serve short.
10-4.
And he's had some makeable smashes in this game, Andrew Smith. It's the third one he's missed overhead.
Service over,
The result he would
5-6.
have wanted to start the second game was to put some pressure on the world number one. So Lin Dan, to get inside his mind, he'd know he was down a game and under pressure in the second, but it's not quite happening for the Englishman. See if he can string some points together now.
Service over, 11-5. Interval.
There's the scoring system. You see dominated by the world's number one. Consecutive points, 3-5, and then showing more consistency in this game. Of course, Lin Dan comes in with a pedigree. A great record overall tournament play. A great year in 2004. Won the China, German and Denmark
Court
championships,
1,
all England
20
and the Swiss
seconds.
Open.
Court 1, 20
Tremendous record in
seconds.
2004. 3 tournament victories in 2005. And already all England champion this year.
$11-5 play. Whoa, 5.
See England just dictating the tempo of the rallies now, moving his opponent around. Smith's done well and he's just angled the shuttle. Hasn't had the opportunities so far in the second game to do that.
13-5.
showing signs of real frustration as well.
I think when he cleared the shot, he knew he was in trouble. He has to try to keep attacking Lin Dan. As soon as you lift it up to him, he's so strong attacking it. It's tough for him. Oh, and a nice net shot by Andy Smith.
6-13.
21-point games. No point system. Certainly a lot easier for the fans to follow.
Service over, 14-6.
Corner. A couple of times he's done that so well, and just anticipated the short serve and taken the risk off the return of serve. It's wide.
15-6.
World number one racing away with the second game.
Service over, 7-15.
Got that game against Anand from India, and he came back from a deficit against Bjorn Yopian in the match against Germany. Stayed 2 game points before winning.
Service over, 16-8.
A whipping, no question. This really does suggest he plays pressure badminton very well.
Another one. That's two he thought they were going out at the back of the court. That was well in.
Service over, 17-9.
His lead, just one footing Smith and China in the same section of the draw as Indonesia and Japan, so you would expect an Indonesia-China semi-final. Won't that be exciting?
Service over, 10-18.
Smith, he held it a little bit and then was able to push it into Lin Dan's backhand.
A fan of badminton worldwide? Well, you should log on to badmintonmanager.net because it's the ultimate fantasy management game in badminton.
Service over, 19-11.
The skills for the world with the badminton manager can pick the winners. Fantasy game and prizes from Yonex as well as VIP tickets to the Thomas Uber Cup, so it's all there to be won. Very popular, sort of the fantasy football.
Game point 11.
Select a team with a virtual budget of 175,000. Players that score points for every victory, so that's the way it's played. You should just log on. They have a look at badmintonmanager.net. Check out your abilities as a manager of this great game.
Service over, 21-12.
Match
Second game
21-12
won
for
by
Lin Dan.
China,
Putting
21-12.
it into a
One game
1-1
all.
tie.
Court one.
match.
A 2-minute interval.
Go to a third game, so 21-12 to Lin Dan in the second. Smith took the first 21-18. It's all to play for in the third in his first singles match.
And when you don't, be solid and let him make a few mistakes. Yeah, getting that balance right between the attack and just when to attack and to be solid. Positive and try and make something happen. Stick with him. Stick with him. First time I think we did it well.
This final game.
A game apiece. First singles
Love
match,
all.
quarterfinal between China
Right.
and England. And Dan's serving to start the third game.
Service
Great
over.
shot by
One
Andrew
love.
Smith. He went up to it, made it look like a smash. Lin Dan wasn't sure, and then just was able to drop the shot under the net.
Shown that if he puts pressure early on against Lin Dan, he's a big chance in the rallies.
Yes, he has to go very strong, very quick, and win a few quick points to start.
That's one of the best rallies.
Service over. 1-2.
Andrew just tried to make it a little bit too tight there at the net, forcing himself to make a mistake.
Doesn't look like a much, you know, we're talking about 6 inches, but
Andrew was low, very low, returning the shot, so Lin Dan could anticipate the net, kind of wait there, wait for a weaker return, and then jump on it.
that's right.
Service over.
Work his
3-2.
opponent over, Smith. I think a lot of Andrew Smith's games played between the years. He's only 21, remember? Seems like he just wears his emotion on his sleeve. Not that he's got a sleeve, it's a short sleeve shirt, but you know what I mean. Just to control that part of his game in his third and deciding game. That's an easy kill.
4-2.
Lin Dan with the loopy shot, and Andrew Smith is not going to let that one fall.
Andrew?
Great net kill.
Yep, rightio.
Change of shuttle. And the feathers become frayed that can affect the flight of the conveyance.
Andrew, come here. No. No, next time, no, come here. I'm not going to muck around anymore. There'll be a yellow card without warning next time. I'm just giving you an unofficial warning. Stop wasting time. No, you're walking all around the court.
Well, the umpires, I think, has been a little bit harsh on Andrew Smith. Greg Vellacott. He's just looking up to the umpire. He's got to put that out of his mind. The umpire's upset Andrew Smith. It's a crucial part of the third game. Early on though. Just wide.
4-all.
Sometimes when you walk around, you try to get a little bit more of your breath, and then up there, he's just trying to keep it continuous. Although he's not doing it long, they keep trying to keep
Ladies
playing.
and gentlemen, the first match of Uber Cup between China and Singapore on 4-3 was won by China versus 21 versus 18. The game count was 2 versus 0.
No question, I think Lin Dan's in better shape.
Yeah, definitely, I think Andrew Smith is a little bit out of breath, but if he can keep it going, it's a very quick speed he's playing out there.
Server, 5-all.
Pretty warm in the stadium. It is air conditioned, but it would have to be mid-20s or close to in the stadium.
6-5.
The wrong way for Smith.
But definitely sometimes when playing in Indonesia and some of the warmer countries, it is extremely hot. So a lot of the players are used to playing in the heat. Great head shot by Lin Dan. He gets it up so high that he can do anything, and Andrew Smith was stuck in the middle.
So wonderful touch just to get the shuttle down over the net. Drive for an 8-5 lead. Third game.
The angle he gets is incredible.
Creep in now on those type of shots for Smith, looking up to the lights and having to work hard. And he's going to have to work very hard to get back into this game. He's down 5-9. Mistakes, down into double figures. Smith fails 6-10.
Play. Seven, 10.
Shuttle not return to
Andrew, come here.
oh, I think that is really unfair. If the umpire yellow cards.
Andrew Smith, warning for misconduct.
Well, I'm not sure what he could do to
You're
get the shuttle
delaying
back.
the start of the service, Andrew. Look, don't make it worse.
Oh, it's just very unfortunate because the shuttle was on the ground. Lin Dan didn't
7,
return the
10,
shuttle to his opponent.
Play.
And, well, maybe he just found himself very unlucky. Straight wide.
Service over 11-7 interval.
Goes to 11, so it is a break. And writes over to the umpire to have a chat.
You're watching one player, he's walking around just as much as this player. You're watching one player, watch two players.
There's the point spread in the first 18 points of the third game. Frustration from the England camp.
And the English coach, Ian Wright, was saying something to the umpire about, watch both players take their time, not just one. They're not too happy with that.
What's your read on the situation?
He is walking around a little bit, but I think the umpire is being a little bit tough on him. He knows that Andrew's probably not as fit as Lin Dan, so wanting it to keep going, but I do think what Andrew Smith is fine. But he has to keep his cool now and not think about that and let it get away from him. He's playing exceptionally well. He just needs to keep focused and not worry about it.
11-7
Situation, he's an emotional player. He's got to keep his emotions in check.
12-7.
A healthy break to Lin Dan. 12-7. The decider. It's out.
Service over 8-12.
And that's Liang Bo, the coach for China. He's an all-England champion. And in 1987, the world champion. And in 1990, also the Thomas Cup gold medalist.
Good rally. Snapped into that smash.
Service over 13-8.
Down the line.
Makes it look so easy. He's so quick getting to the shuttle. Always on balance and pushing forward.
Thanks.
Change of rackets from Andrew Smith. 8-13 and testing out the racket and the new shuttle.
Play.
Good disguise.
Service
He's a very good
over
shot maker, Andrew Smith.
9-13.
Just when he locks into a rally, he certainly can match it with a world number one.
Service over
Just hitting the tape and falling
14-9.
back. He knows he has to make a really tight net shot or Lin Dan's all over the net. So putting a little bit more pressure on himself.
Margin of error at this level,
15-9.
no millimeters.
Just out.
Still at the net, doesn't quite have the elevation, the height.
Yeah, it's really tough for Andrew Smith. He knows he doesn't want to give a clear away to Lin Dan and get on defense. And yet his net shots have to be so tight that Lin Dan's all over it. So very difficult to place the shots so well.
Spread wide.
Service over 10-17.
It's a lot of catch up to do for England's number one here at the Thomas Cup.
That's right.
The Chinese women are also playing today, but Lin Dan's girlfriend, the world champion, Xie Xie Feng, they make headlines in China all the time, being the #1 badminton doubles couple or
11-17. Service over, 18-11.
So he's on the precipice of taking the first match to China Lin Dan. 18-11 his break. Long rally again.
19-11.
It's creeping closer.
oh, just got
Service over,
He is so quick to the net, though.
12-19. Service over,
And the anticipation
20,
of the return
match
of serve
point,
brings up
12.
match point for Lin Dan. 8 of them. It'll be a marvellous fight back. Andrew Smith from here. And that floats out, and there it is. The first match goes to China. It's made to work. Andrew Smith did very well to claim the first game, but Lin Dan stormed back on it. And was playing the second two. Give China the advantage in the first of the
Match won by
quarterfinals.
China, 21-18, 21-12, 21-12. Thank you, line coach.
There's the score, 21-12 in the third. 2 games to 1 for the world's number 1. Andrew Smith has claimed a game. Second time that Lin Dan has been pushed to 3 games in the tournament, but he's got a perfect record, having said that. So he's leading China by example in this Thomas Cup. Li Yongbo, the coach on the left, leading us with his number 1 charge, and the yellow card out to Andrew Smith. And what times was a frustrating match for him, but overall it was a pretty good contest as far as shot making was concerned, Charmaine.
Andrew Smith must be proud of himself. He did, when he was on the attack, he was winning a lot of points. Pushed Lin Dan, world number 1, to 3 games.
So there it is. China have the advantage over England, the first of the quarterfinals in the Thomas Cup. Lin Dan claiming the first match 2 games to 1 over Andrew Smith.